Do you need me to stop sharing this screen?
No, leave that slide on. That's perfect. Thank you for that.
Okay, all right.
So this morning I'm going to talk about that every BNI is a salesperson. So whether you know it or not. So it's good to talk a little bit about this, the selling and sales, and the fact that really everyone in BNI is at some level or another a salesperson. Even if you're a banker, contractor, lawyer, you're still selling your products or services. So it's important to understand a little bit about the sales process, especially if you are a BNI member, because you may get a referral and you have to turn that referral into a client, patient, or a customer. I know that we don't like to use the words leads or prospects within BNI, but in terms of a prospective buyer, nothing is stronger than a personal referral from somebody, particularly someone within the BNI context. You're almost halfway home because you can see that that person has a need and you've been recommended by somebody that you trust, which is really important. And so at that point, it's exactly, you need to make good on your promise and expectations that were created by the referrer. And you try to find out what the best optimum solution for the buyer is. So of course, at some point you have to ask for the sale. It's been said that some BNI members have had a 90% of their referrals turn into sales. So you can spend all the time getting referrals, but if you don't know what you're doing in terms of closing the customer, it's not going to work for you. So anyone who's experienced and successful in referral marketing will tell you that sales skills are essential. They're needed for every part of the process, and not just closing, but throughout the entire process. The referral in BNI is not always a guaranteed sale. It's the opportunity to do business with somebody, as someone who has recommended you. You have to show that you can and will provide the expected products or services that your customer, patient, or client will be happy with, and the process, of course, the result. If you can't make the first sale, your potential referral source can dry up. You have to follow through effectively with people who give you referrals to close those deals, so that people who are referring you understand at what you're doing and what sort of job you're doing. In the early 90s, Meisner conducted a survey and found that 34% of businesses' referrals within BNI turn into a sale, which is a reasonably high number. But that was the early 90s, and another BNI member in New York did a similar sort of study in 2006 and found that the findings were almost identical, with 34% of referrals turning into sales. So it's an outstanding number, but it's not 100%. You certainly need a lot of skills on top of that side of things. So there are many books that you can educate yourself with, seminars and classes, which is highly recommended, so you can assist you in closing deals. So you want to avoid being aggressive or indecisive, but you want to make sure that you get the appointment from your referral from someone and be confident that a mutually beneficial deal is in the works, and communicate this to the prospect. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, James Bomford.